Hello, this is Erik Hanson, Supreme Hanson on Instagram, also Supreme Hanson at Gmail. Let's try another 7-minute drawing. I mentioned that I went out of the house yesterday for a doctor's appointment, and my favorite bakery, Bread Alone, had a stand-up in Union Square. So I bought myself some pastries and a baguette, and I'm about to finish the baguette for lunch today. So as a way of making a record of this delicious piece of bread, I thought I'd make a 7-minute drawing of it. So let's set our timer to 2 p.m. and at 2:07 we'll be done. Okay, I might not do the whole plate, although there's a story behind the plate. There's pretty much a story behind every artwork I have ever made. Anybody who knows me knows that. And in case you're curious what the story is there, I have a property management business. It's called Nestprepper. And it was very successful for a while, and it allowed me to earn a steady income while I was making work in my studio. And so Nestprepper is basically a property management business. And one of my first clients was a recently divorced gentleman who had met a new woman that he was seeing. And so they hired me to take care of their pied-à-terre. They lived in Connecticut, but they had a beautiful place in Soho in New York, top floor of a former factory building, and pretty amazing, nicely furnished. And but the new girlfriend told me one day she wanted me to get rid of everything that had been wedding presents. And so one thing that had been a wedding present was this beautiful china. And I've never really lived with beautiful china. But hey, they wanted to get rid of it, so I took it home with me. That was kind of nice. And so now I have beautiful porcelain platters and soup bowls and plates and that looks like the kind of stuff that a wealthy person would own, and I own it. So that was one of the many benefits of that job. Actually, it was a great job, and it ended up being kind of a most of my clients ended up being people who were renting out their homes on Airbnb. And so for a while that was really happening. We got a lot of tourists coming in, and I would hire freelance cleaners, and we'd go in there after one group left, and we would get the place ready for the next group. And that kept me really busy. It also allowed me to earn a steady income and spend a lot of time in my studio. This started in like 2000. Well, the gig started in 2013, but around 2017, all of a sudden, I started getting all kinds of really great clients with really big jobs, and that we could charge a lot of money for. And I was happy. I knew enough creative people who were looking for gigs to supplement their income, and they were happy to do these cleaning jobs. So let's see, how are we doing on time? Oh, we're about halfway there. It's been about 3.5 minutes so far. So let's stay focused here on the bread. But anyway, so this job, as I said, the company is called Nestprepper, and it's really picked up in about 2017. I got 2 clients, one after the other, who had great big townhomes that they wanted to rent out on these home sharing platforms like Airbnb. And so I got a lot of really good gigs, and I made nice money, and I was able to spend a lot of time in my studio making work. And the work that I ended up making in 2017 and 2018, I ended up showing at Marlborough Gallery in a project room about a year ago. It opened in February of 2019, and it closed in March, a little bit later. Show was called 2 Years of Bluto. It was amazing. I made over 230 paintings of this character who loomed large in my childhood, a character named Bluto. He was kind of Popeye's nemesis or enemy or boyfriend, or I'm not sure really what he was, but I learned a lot from this character, and I learned a lot from this cartoon in general when I was a little kid about the way humans interact, the way guys interact, and you know, I could sort of, they seemed to like each other, these two characters, but then they spent a lot of time fighting and hitting each other, kind of like the way people did in grade school. Okay, so it's 5 minutes, so we gotta get finished here. Wow, that is a beautiful color bread, isn't it? Yes, it is. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, I use these pencils that turn into watercolor when you get them wet. So that's how it works, like that, see? So it ends up kind of looking like bread, which is the point, I think, right? Okay, how we doing? We have got 1 more minute. Let's do some of the light color and get that, yeah, this really golden color here. All right. And so all this talk about the plate, and we didn't even draw the plate. How about that? That's kind of the way it goes sometimes. But anyway, that's the story. And there is the baguette that's going to make up today's lunch. If you guys want to draw something around your house, that can be a baguette if you happen to have one, but it really doesn't matter what you draw. It's a great way to spend some time. And the amazing thing about drawing is that it really forces you to look. You know, like I would have just eaten this baguette, but now I was really forced to look at it before I eat it. So anyway, if you want to draw something and send it to me, I'll be glad to give you a critique if you like. You can send it to me, supremehanson@gmail.com, or you can also send it to me via Instagram at the same name. Thanks a lot.